Good morning, everyone. My name is Asaf Goldberg. I'm from Cybeready. I'm running the commercial operation in most of the European areas. And first of all, I want to thank you all for joining us in these challenging days and challenging times. I know it's not easy to allocate a 1 hour slot between working hours and with the children at home and some weird reality. So it's much appreciated, and we hope to inspire you in this upcoming session. During this session, we will introduce you to what is CyberReady, what do we do, what is the platform. Right after, Michal Gil, our Director of Product, will share with you a demo of the solution. And last but not least, we're going to have the Refis and Croatia success story with CyberReady with the valuable Dalibor, the CISO of the bank. So again, thank you very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to share them in the Q&A session. So a little bit about CyberReady. CyberReady is a company that focuses on phishing or cybersecurity awareness training for enterprises. Currently, I'm sharing with you the focus that we are talking today about the bank and financial sectors. As you can see, we have dozens of well-known brands in different regions in Europe and the US, of course. And CyberReady has operation in the US, in UK, and most of the team development and product in Israel. Our customer size vary from 500 users up to 100,000, and our end users today are spread in 108 countries. This is the point in time to share that CyberReady solution is provided with 38 different languages out of the box. Of course, that security and compliance is a top priority. So the company is ISO 27 certified and of course meeting the GDPR regulation. I'm also happy to share that CyberReady is a SaaS solution. It's a cloud-based solution using two infrastructure, Amazon Web Services in Ireland and Azure in Netherlands and Germany in the European arena. So what do? We do phishing and security awareness training. We make it easy for you, the security and risk managers and compliance manager, but also to the end users. We are not taking much of their time, and all can be achieved in a click of a button. When we talked with all the CISOs of our financial customers, more than 25 banks, and we asked them, before they become CyberReady customers, what were the main challenges that you experienced? What were the challenges and the focuses and the concerns that you had previously that make you motivated and move to the CyberReady solution? And here are the top 5 that that the CISOs shared with us. First of all, the main challenge is when you have a headquarter versus the branches, how to train different users in different locations. This is the first one. The second one is diverse workforce. It can be related to age differences or roles and different departments. So this is also a very interesting challenge that the CISO faced. The third one is how to create a baseline for the training. Some users are more skillful as opposed to others that might be less skillful and more risky. So you want to know how to create the balance at the very beginning and further on how to adapt the training to the right difficulty levels. And this is a very concerned aspect for these CISOs. The fourth one is to validate the effectiveness. At the end of the day, CISO needs to present the data to the top management, to the board, to justify this solution and to be sure that what they are doing is done in the right way and you can prove it. This is and the last but not least is, as you all know, busy security teams, especially in these Corona times when you need to meet a lot of requests and new approaches and people who works from home. The CISO and the security team never rest. You are fully booked. I can see a lot of smiles, even that I don't see your faces, but this is a well-known animation and a well-known picture, sorry. So I guess you all know what I'm talking about. So Cybeready actually allow you to have a fully autonomous platform. You can train your users with minimal resources on your side. If you will ask any one of our customers how much time it takes them to run this operation with Cybeready, the average answer would be 1 hour per quarter. That's it. And even if you want to save this 1 hour, you can go to full autopilot mode and even save this 1 hour. The second thing is that there's no IT overhead, since everything is part of the SaaS and fully managed operation, and there is no integration to your infrastructure. So it's also another significant advantage. The third one is individualized learning. The system trains only 100% of your workforce and know how to adapt the training level according to the organizational performance. So the new employees and risky employees will get some kind of training as opposed to the good users, which are hardly clicking, for example, on the phishing. You're going to increase the difficulty level and raise the bar. The last one is measurable result. You will see in a few more minutes in the demo session that you can see all the KPIs. Everything is measurable. You can provide and reflect it, and you get full visibility 24/7 to your performance and to your activities. And it's important also to share it with the right decision makers and top management. As in the picture, when you want to make coffee, you can take the coffee green and start slicing them and dicing them and take a lot of resources and time to create your coffee. But you can also click a button and have your espresso in minimum effort. So think about the second option. We want to make your life easier and simple, not compromising on effectiveness. So what do we have today in Cybeready Platform? Sorry. We have the Blast. Blast means the phishing simulation training. The second solution is CAB. This is for the security awareness training, and this is based on well-known standards such as NIST. And the third one is all these two solutions are being centralized in the dashboard, so you can see all the performance and all the KPIs and analytics. And later on, in the long run, our roadmap will also allow you to have printable elements and collaterals, so you can use the data that we shared with you, and you can run some physical campaigns in your sites, for example, for users that not necessarily using the email platform. So they can also consume and see some data in the physical sites. But this is for the long run. So the way we operate is every month we train 100% of your workforce. If we're talking, for example, about RBS, 100,000 users, every month we train 100K. If we are talking about a Caixa Bank with 52,000 users, every month 52K will be trained, and so on and so forth. The concept is to have a monthly campaign for the users. Each month is a different content and it's being changed, and two elements of awareness training every 2 weeks. This is flexible, can be changed, but this is our best practice. The user will spend between 30 to 90 seconds in the content page. That's it. We are not wasting their time. This is on-the-spot training in the golden moment when they do the mistake or ready to learn. This is where they get their nano learning session, short, nice, attractive, and not wasting their daily time. And this whole operation is adaptive. So it always adjusts itself to the organizational performance level. In order to go live, you only need to take 3 actions. Very simple. To generate the user list. Number 2, to whitelist the domains so emails will not be blocked and reached to the end users smoothly into the inbox. And the third one is to confirm the content in the dashboard. You will see it in the demo. That's it. Basically, we can go live in 24 hours. In reality, it takes a few days because customers have other priorities or they need other teams to support them. I thought that I would share with you some of the testimonies of some well-known brands. Verizon is with us in this session, valuable Dalibor. And you can also see BNP Paribas Poland and RDS, different sizes. And if at some point you'll be interested to talk with some of our customers to get their experience and to get some feedback, we can definitely try and raise this request with them. Among the 38 different languages, I'm happy to share this variety. So if there's a specific language for a certain customer size, which is not included, usually it takes us about 10 to 12 working days to add this additional language. But currently, this is the full coverage, and it's well appreciated and support all our customers. So, to summarize what we've talked about, our takeaway from this session. Cybeready is an autonomous platform which makes it easy for you to run the training with minimal resources. It's adaptive, so you can train the users according to their levels. And it's a continuous training. This is how you're going to achieve readiness for your organization, for you, and for the end users. Next, I would like to invite Michal Gil, who is the Cybeready Product Director, to share the demo with you. So, Michal, you can share your screen. And thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Asaf, and thank you everyone for joining today. The view that you're looking at right now is the campaign management page in the Cybeready platform. So from this page, we actually control the phishing simulations, what Asaf was mentioning before, what we call blast. Cybeready allows you to deliver simulations to all your employees on a monthly basis. Our data engine suggests the attacks for you, so you get the best set of attacks for your organization. And with just 3 simple steps, which we call review, approve, and activate, you'll be running monthly campaigns for your entire organization. Like Asaf said, our customers share that it takes roughly 1 hour per quarter to run this. And if you want to save that hour, all you got to do is click this toggle button, which is autopilot, and you don't even have to spend that 1 hour running the program. So the first step is to review. So you've got here your suggested phishing simulations for the learning cycle. A learning cycle is 3 campaigns. Normally, each campaign is 1 month. The simulations are chosen for you. They're translated, so you can see here in this drop-down list, you can see all the languages. If we swap to Czech, it'll automatically change. They're also localized. So if we go back, for example, to English United States, you will see the value here, for example, in this simulation is $392. But if you swap to, say, English Great Britain, it'll be translated to pounds, 297. So let's take a look at another example. We've got here the COVID-19 attack. Employees get this in their inbox, and if they fall for the phishing simulation, which means they've clicked on the link, then they are directed to a landing page. And the landing page explains where they went wrong. And as Asaf mentioned, this is what we call at Cybeready the golden moment. We know that users have to receive training immediately after they've clicked, because this is when things are still fresh in their mind, and this is when they learn best. There are 2 interesting things to note here. One, the suspicious signs. So each set of suspicious signs changes depending on the attack they've received. So this is not identical. It really depends on what the simulation contained. And another thing that this landing page is branded to your organization. You can see here you'll have your company logo, you'll have your organization colors. Let's have a look at another attack. So if we look, for example, the next one, which is phishing, if we click on this one, this is what customers will click on to fall for this. You will see that the 4 suspicious signs here are different from the ones we had previously. So what you do is you review your set of attacks, and if there's something that may not align with internal policies, then you can just exclude it. And the last step is to activate. So with one single click, you just click on the button, press continue, and that's it. And you've launched your next learning cycle. So for the next 3 months, your organization is going to be tested, and you can just sit back and just enjoy it and watch. The set of 10 attacks will be used for the next 3 learning cycles, but each campaign will use a different set, and so different employees will not get the same simulations. And of course, no employee will get the same attack twice. For the following learning cycles, our unique machine learning capabilities allow us to select the best set of attacks for your organization based on what we've seen and based on your organization's performance. This is great for 2 reasons. One, you can rest assured that your employees are receiving the best attacks. And the second thing is, of course, that we save you the time and trouble to analyze the data and then select or create the attacks. So you've been running your campaigns for several months, and either management is asking for a status update on the progress of the security awareness program, or you proactively want to share it with your organization. With our analytics dashboard, it's very simple to show progress and improvement. We divide your organization into 3 groups. We have the low risk, the medium risk, and the high risk. You'll see this in a moment. My internet is a bit slow, so I apologize for that. So you will see here in the risk group distribution, you will see the different risk groups. And over time, you will see that the high risk group, which is in red, is shrinking, which means your employees are learning and improving. And this is also allows you to also easily prove ROI. Our platform also allows you to break down your KPIs into department and location. So for example, if I click on marketing, you will notice that once I click it, all the KPIs are filtered out and adjust accordingly. You'll see this in a second. And again, my internet is a bit slow, so I apologize. And another option, see it's changed. And if you can also do this instead of by organization level, you can also do this by location. So if I click, say, on Italy, the same thing will happen and all the KPIs are adjusted. All right, so another interesting page is the campaign analytics. Here you'll be able to see, again, how your users are clicking and what's happening. So you have the click rate by campaign, and this too you will be able to filter by language, by location. And as I mentioned before, you saw the set of attacks that are being used for the learning cycle. You can see them here. You can see who's clicking, what's the click rate, how many have been sent. And since this displays all the attacks for the learning cycle, if you want to see what's running only in this campaign right now, in this month, then you click on activate and you will see that as well. All right, so Asaf briefly mentioned CAB. So CAB is our continuous, it's our general security awareness program. It's short for continuous awareness bites. These are short security bites that are delivered regularly, once every 2 weeks throughout the year. At Cybeready, we believe that everything has to be continuous, that the only way training is effective is if it's continuous, and we've implemented this with CAB as well. So it runs all year long. CAB bites are based on NIST guidelines. It covers a wide range of topics. You can see them here. So let's look, for example, at fraud. You've got all sorts of subcategories, coronavirus, and So every category has a set of subcategories. Altogether, we have roughly 30 security bytes, and these get updated regularly. You can see here that each byte, if we look at, let's say, let's take this one here, each byte has a header and has 3 to 5 security bytes and a quiz at the very bottom. The security, the sender in this case is cybeready.net, but we encourage you to set up your own domain. So the sender will actually be you. And this is for 2 reasons. One, we want to avoid your employees thinking that this is a phishing simulation. So if it comes from your domain, they will feel comfortable opening it. And that, of course, increases the engagement rates. We know that it's very hard to grab your employees' attention. We also know that it's very hard to write content that is relevant, that suits your entire organization, that's translated into all languages. So it's also hard to write, it's also hard to find. And so when we designed CAB, we took all this into account. Employees are required to spend roughly 30 seconds reading the content. It's written very accurately, it's short, it's concise, it's actionable. It doesn't require them to change context. So if they're already in their inbox and reading through their emails, they can just spend another 20 seconds reading this, and they don't have to get directed to another external landing page or internet page or anything. They can consume the information here and now. So running CAB is exactly like running your phishing simulations. You have 3 steps. You review it. So you look at all the topics. You approve it. So if there's a certain topic that you think that doesn't align with your internal policies, you exclude it, and that's it. And you launch it, and it's off. If there's certain topics here or certain sentences that don't exactly align with your internal policies, or you feel it need to be adjusted, it's very easy. You just click on the edit button, you change whatever sentence you need, and then you're good to go. And like I said, we have a quiz at the very bottom. Employees don't have to answer this, but they can. And this is nice to have if they want to test their knowledge, if they want to learn a bit more. And like our phishing simulation landing pages, also our CAB landing pages are branded to the organization. And the content varies depending on the CAB byte they received. So also depends how they answered it, if they were right or wrong, and also what the content of that security byte contained. And like campaign management, also CAB has an analytics page where you can see how your employees are performing, how what progress they're making, and so on and so forth. So again, my internet's a bit slow, but as you can see, it's loading. All right, I will mention 2 more features that our customers really love. So one of them is PBR. Most of you have periodic security committees once or twice a year, and during those committee sessions, the security awareness program is normally discussed as well. Customers have asked us to help them create a centralized view of their key insights. So we actually went one step further, and we created what we call PBR. This is the periodic business report. It's a PPT presentation that at a click of a button summarizes all your dashboard data. Let me just open it here. Can you see my my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the report summarizes your most recent learning cycle. It's editable, so you can change anything you like. It starts with recent events to help you explain to others the challenges you're facing and why you're even doing phishing simulations. Then it moves on to an overview, so it summarizes what has been sent out. And then it goes to performance summary and includes all the important KPIs that I shared with you earlier in the dashboard. So this is a great feature. And I will finish with one more. I have lots to share, but my time is limited. So one more feature that customers really love is the specialized training programs. At Cybeready, we understand that an effective program is not a one-size-fits-all. Employees have different needs and different goals, depending on where they're at in their security awareness journey. We have the core training program for the entire organization, which is Blast and Cab, which I showed you. But we also offer specialized programs for specific groups within the organization. So when you activate these programs, employees are automatically enrolled in the appropriate program based on their performance, and the system moves them between the programs as need be. So for new employees, we have a program that introduces them to the security awareness training. It shares some details about why this is taking place, what to expect, and helps them get up to speed with the rest of the organization. For frequent clickers who need guidance to help them get back on track, we offer a remedial program. And for proficient employees that are doing great and rarely click, we have the advanced program. So if the system detects they haven't clicked in a while, in the past campaigns, it'll send a message to congratulate them on their performance and also take the opportunity to refresh their memory and share a few security guidelines. So like I said, I have lots more to share, but time is limited. So you're welcome to ask questions in the chat, and I will hand over to Dalibor, who will continue. So thank you very much.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Thank you very much, Michal. Dalibor, let me just share the slide. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Dalibor, for joining and for sharing with us your valuable time. Feel free. Take the lead.
Okay. Thank you, Asaf. Thank you, guys. Hello to everyone on the webinar. My name is Dalibor, and I'm the Chief Security Officer at Raiffeisen Bank Croatia. So when I came to the bank 2 years ago, I had a big plan, and I was drafting a roadmap down the line. And this is one of the Gartner quotes that I had in my mind the whole way. So my goal was to shift security, to shift priorities that are related to security, and to get the perception of the board and of my colleagues that security isn't a technical problem. Security is a strategic priority for the bank. And one of these, one of the parts of the roadmap was also education, awareness, and how do we handle our users, and how do we treat them in the respect of education. We can move on, Asaf. So what was the environment? I would say our battlefield, our environment didn't change for a lot of years. We are only using different weapons now. So most of the major security attacks use a form of phishing as an entry point, and this is really a standard in I would say more than 10 years back. On the other hand, we have the corporate environment, which has increasing amount of email coming in continuously. So I don't know, for me, it can be anywhere from 200 till 500 emails daily. So I think we are all struggling with the amounts of email and communication that we receive. And it is really, on the one side, it is really challenging to cope with this kind of environment. But on the other side, it's challenging to set up a program that will enable our employees to learn and to be ready for this kind of attacks. We can move on. So what really can we do? Yeah, the basic approach that is being used is that we have some kind of e-learning, that we maybe have some kind of classroom learning, that we put a bunch of our employees in one class or in a webinar and talk about phishing, show them the phishing mails, show what does happen when they do click on the email, etc. And in translation, this is just, I would say, it comes to the meme that is in front of you. We are just kindly asking them not to click on phishing emails, but are we doing a real impact? I would say not. And do we really invest in our colleagues to help them understand? I was talking about this kind of education and mindset change in Isaka chapter of Croatia, and I asked the question: how much of your security budget do you invest in people? Not in technology, not in your people in IT, or in security, but in all of your employees. And we came to close to zero. So yes, we are all struggling with the technology. We are all trying to get some kind of a better budget, to get the better CM, to get some kind of machine learning network security tool, to have a better firewall, next generation firewall. But we do not invest in the security culture, not enough at least, and we do not invest in the people that are really using the everyday users that are using our company laptops, that are using the network, etc. So keeping all that in mind, when we were building our approach, where we were building our roadmap, these were the key assumptions that we wanted our solution to have, that we wanted our security awareness training to have. We know that the traditional approach isn't working, so we wanted to have real life simulations and testing, and we wanted the users to feel it on their skin. So they need to feel what they done if they did something wrong. Of course, we know that best feedback is given in a timely manner. So if we have a concrete case or behavior and we can give the feedback right after that behavior, it has the highest efficiency rate. We need it to be continuous. We wanted to have continuous education, not only once per year or once per quarter. And we wanted to get the best benefits, but as we are continuously short on staff, we wanted to have it minimum effort and maximum benefits. And of course, we wanted to be smart. So we didn't want to lose a lot of time on it, but we needed to be short, measurable, accurate, etc. And this was the set of criteria that we set up, and we went to the market. We were looking for the best solution, and Cybeready was one of the best solutions we found out there. And at the end, we bought that solution. We can go to the next slide. Why did we select Cybeready? So you already heard everything that's more or less here on the slide, but let me get it to you in our feeling, so in our experience. The platform really does machine learning. So it analyzes the data, it knows how the end user behaves. So if I clicked two times on an email, I will get an easier email. If I didn't click two times on the email, I will get a harder email next time. It puts me in a group. It gives me phishing simulation depending on that group priorities or that group characteristics, and it really makes it measurable. So the thing that help us, I would say, really help us, is that we now know who is clicking, and we know if they are a serial clicker, so if they are clicked more than 2 or 3 times, or is it maybe just one random click? And we can focus our effort and focus our time that we are spending in classroom education to those people who are doing the worst, and then we can see the results right after that. And what really is something that I would stress here, it is minimal effort. So we spend I would say the biggest amount of time is that we spend is related to the communication to the customer, but on the solution itself and on the program itself, it's just that I would say once a month or once a quarter, we update the user list, and more or less that's it. We go into the campaigns, check the campaigns, see if everything is okay, turn off some emails, some campaign emails, and that's it. So it's really, really low effort on the people. And what did the reality show? What was the experience after we used the solution from a while? So people really learn, and I want to stress that too. People become more careful when they get burned. Every time we have a person that clicks on an email or two, after that we see an increase of emails we get from that person recognizing phishing emails. So he said, okay, this is something fishy. I don't think this email is right, etc. And this is now really a pattern in the organization. Um, of course, we need to identify those focus points. So we need to find the people that are really not that careful or that do not understand it, and then go it even one-on-one if it's needed. And by applying these principles, so by identifying those people through the KPIs and through the dashboard who are clicking continuously, by finding the people who maybe do not understand the best, we get them into the room, we do one-on-one, or we go do a small focus group, and after that the results improve. The overall resilience of the bank, so number of people that click continuously, is going down. And this is something that I'm really proud of, because we had, I don't know, when we started a year ago, I would say we had a click rate of over 20%, and we are now under 15%. And the last campaign, I would say it was under 10%. So we are really showing significant increase in resilience of the bank, and people do get the point. And what is also enabling this is that continuous effort. So we are not stopping, we are doing it continuously. The emails are getting tougher, the emails are getting more and more professional, and it's really hard to recognize some of them, but it pays out. And the people and the results that we have is showing us this. And this is it from my part. Yeah, just one more thought at the end. We really need to. I want to skip to the start. We really need to think about security as a strategic topic. And if we need it to be a strategic topic, if we want it really to be a strategic topic, that means that the whole organization needs to be familiar with at least the key points of information security. And I think this is something that is not only useful but necessary in these times if you want to resist all the challenges and all the attacks out there. This is it from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dalibor. Much appreciated. I can still see that there were some questions in the chat. So in a minute, we're going to reach the Q&A, and we're going to meet some of the questions that we haven't replied yet. I would like to take this opportunity and share with all of you who joined us that we have a special offering for Q1 2021. Whoever is interested, or this topic is a priority to him and planning or was planning to promote awareness program in the upcoming months. So we share now a kind of a nice gesture or a bonus. As you can see, we have two options. For the ones who's going to purchase by the end of Q1, they can get either a bonus of 2 additional months or a discount if you get the bundle for the phishing and the awareness for 30%. Further information will be shared afterwards in a personal way. So this is the time for questions. Whoever has additional questions or some required elaboration, feel free to share it with us. I can see that there's a nice question for Dalibor from Radek. Dalibor, so Radek is asking, do you have some trend chart where you can see the user have been improving by Cybeready solution?
Hi. Yes, I have the chart, but my CISO doesn't let me show it to you. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's confidential information. It contains bank's information, and I cannot show it here. But I really do. In the Cybeready dashboard, you can clearly see the data and the click rate going down.
Yeah, we have the 3 KPIs as Michal shared in the dashboard, where you can see how the risk group population is breaking down and how the high risk clickers is reducted along the campaign timeline. And in the analytic parts, you can see for each user how many emails were sent to him, and out of them, how many were clicked and the click rate per user. So if someone is assigned to the risk group, the high risk group, but after 5, 6 campaigns, he's becoming better and improving, this group is dynamic and he can be shifted to the medium or to the low risk. So the answer is yes, and everything is reflected within the dashboard. I can see a questions for the reporting button. So Michal, would you like to share about the fish cage, our reporting button?
Yeah, I think I'll hand this over to Yosef. But yes, of course, we have a reporting button. Maybe Yosef, you have some kind of slide or something to share about that?
Not out of the pocket, but I can share that our reporting button is based on Microsoft reporting button, the native of Microsoft. So it's free installed. It's mainly available today to the Office 365 customers, according to the Microsoft support. And whenever a user click this add-on in his Outlook, so Cybeready sees if this is a Cybeready simulation. If it is a simulation, we do not disturb the CISO and the security team and the SOC. We only reply to the end user, congratulations for reporting for this on this drill, on this simulation. Alternatively, if this is a real phishing or something that we do not know, we don't have any information about it, so we're replying to the user, thank you very much for reporting. This email will be shared with the security team, and in parallel, we also share it with the security team and with the SOC for further investigation on your end. I hope I met your questions. So I can see from Dennis, what are the strong and unique points of the solution comparing to the competitors, guarded LEDs, for instance? Great question, Dennis. So if I'll name some competitor that we see today in the landscape, such as Proofpoint, KnowBe4, Cofense, Fish Lab, so on and so forth. So most of them today are actually platforms that needs to be managed. They do not combine machine learning capability. And as we can see from customers that use them and changed to Cybeready, we heard that it takes them a lot of resources. For example, RBS, they had a team between 5 to 7 people who needs to run the show, and still they were doing 2 or 3 campaigns. So in order to have a skillful operation, monthly activity, and effective, and get all the visibility and training in the right way, you need to have a smart machine that does everything for you. And we can see that all our competitors, they provide you a very nice wrapped solution, but yet this activity needs to be controlled, managed, and operated by the bank, the security team, by external, or by some professional services. So in high level, with us, you get, with Cybeready, you get the most higher value with less resources.
There's one more question about testing the solution for on a limited amount of users by Radik.
Yeah, so in high level, what we're talking, testing the solution, either if it's our different evaluation options, are for minimum 300 users. Why is that? Because we have statistical engines. In order for you to have meaningful data and to see the value of this activity, appreciated POC will need to have minimum of 300 users. They can be all from your country or variety of countries, different languages. All this flexibility is, of course, possible, but still less than that, the testing or the evaluation might be very, very limited. So, and I think that our POC usually runs for 1 month, for 2 rounds of 2 weeks. And after that, you can immediately start seeing the value. So no need for 6 months, but if you have your own reasons, we can take it offline and further discuss about it.
Mm-hmm. I'd just like to add on top of what Asaf said. So all the benefits that Asaf mentioned compared to solutions out there, I think our solution, what we try to do is make our solution very easy for you and very frictionless. So easy as what Asaf said, it's autonomous, it's adaptive, it's easy to operate, it saves you a lot of time, you don't need a whole team to manage it. But we also focus on the frictionless part, which is you want to make sure, we know that the person running the program doesn't live in a bubble. He's got people to deal with. He's got to deal with stakeholders. He's got to deal with managers. He's got to deal with employees. And we do everything we can to help the program manager run this smoothly and efficiently while working with all these people, because it can cause a lot of noise. People can complain, people are stakeholders may be worried about the risk. So everything we develop is keeping that in mind. How can we make it easier and seamless for the program manager to run it in the organization? We have the PBR that helps him run, show the results. We have all kinds of notifications to employees to encourage them, to help them, to guide them. We have reports for managers if they want to be in the loop and also help the program manager keep everyone involved. So we have a lot of features just to keep this whole machine working smoothly in your organization.
Thank you, Michal. Alex, do you see any further questions that we've missed? Or anyone? Dalibor, Michal, Alex, just to make sure that we met everyone's questions. And
yeah, I think we're good from what I see.
If ever somebody want to ask question by voice, you can raise a hand. Or add it to question and answer part.
okay. Meanwhile, as you can see in the last slide, for any further questions, technical, commercial, product-wise, please don't hesitate. Feel free to contact Alex. You can see the emails of Alex and myself. You can also reach us via LinkedIn, Cybeready website, Softcom website. We have all options available for you, and we will happy to meet any questions, to talk with you, set a one-on-one demo if it's required, and please don't be embarrassed, don't be shy. We are here for you.